We're going to be like a little behind.
Are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Welcome to Hot Takes with me, hosted by the Murph Man, where life gets real and the mic stays hot. That's right, your favorite M's experience, Dad. Yeah, that smart and funny guy. From classroom chalk to comedy clubs, Murph Man breaks it down with brainy thuds. Parenting stress or college mess, he's been through it all, no need to guess. Insights are sharp and data's tight, rants all ready and the jokes are light. Hot takes, real talk, keeping it true. From high school halls to podcast cues, laugh a little, learn a lot. Turn it up, this show is hot. Honest, funny, maybe loud. Never scared to stand out proud. When life gets real, the mic stays warm. Hosted by the dad with lots of charm. Insights are sharp and data's tight. The lens already and the jokes are light. Hot takes, real talk, keeping it true. From high school halls to podcast cues, laugh a little, learn a lot. Turn it up, this show is hot. Grab your coffee and let's get into it. No filter, no fluff, just real talk. Let's do it. Ready or not, here we go.
I'm so behind.
It's
Let the
time
fellow
for
burn right
Murph
now.
Man to start the show.
In a world drowning in data and dread, two men rise, not as saviors or
Maybe now we're ready
scholars,
to go.
but as the Murph Man and Connor. Witness their journey as they navigate the treacherous waters of, well, whatever they feel like talking about. Prepare for Hot Takes with the Murph Man, where opinions are strong, facts are optional, and personal experiences are the name of the game. They're not experts, but they play them on this show. Their passion isn't a performance, it's who they are. And sometimes that authenticity means a little adult language might slip out. They apologize for that.
All right, you guys, how we doing
promising
today?
to keep it minimal, but their reactions
All
are
right,
always
so
genuine.
welcome to
Now
Hot Takes
grab
with the
your
Murph
coffee,
Man.
sit back,
It's our
and
episode
enjoy the
number
show.
13
Here are
today,
the Murph
college
Man and
application
Connor.
process. And I'm here with my co-host Connor. How are we doing today, Connor?
Good, how are we doing today?
I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good.
That's good.
How's school going?
Going good.
It's doing good?
Finished on midterms already.
How did you
Chemistry, I got a 75 on my midterm exam.
do? Okay, but you said that was one of the highest grades in the class.
No.
Oh,
It's
higher than
good
some.
grade, yeah.
It's a good grade. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
But
That's good.
Not the best, yeah.
I didn't say you were the best, but
Well, you said one of the best.
well, you're better than some. That's says a lot. If you, there's 300 kids in the class, where do you think you fell?
200?
That's not good.
It's something.
That's 33%. No, that's not good.
No, did better than 200.
Oh, so you,
Yeah.
I said between 1 and 300 words you're ranking. You
Oh,
say
with my
100.
Well, I meant
You're
like
ranked
above
100.
200.
Okay. Oh, then you're good. Okay.
A little bit halfway.
And what about your other classes?
I did a project for engineering design. I did my exam 2 on pre-cal. I don't know what grade I got yet, but that's a
And now that you've gone through your midterms, how do you feel as a college student? Like any different than you did when you first started?
stress still.
Still stressed? You got 3.5 more years of this, maybe 4.
Maybe 5.
Oh yeah, maybe 5. You're right, because it is a long program for you. And then if you do any undergraduate or any minors or anything,
Yeah.
like getting certified in AI or something. All right.
Nope.
Well, last night we were at the haunted house for Stream915.com, Squad 915 Studios,
Yeah.
and we had about 150 to maybe 175 people come through. It was really good night. It was a really good night, and we live streamed it and everything. So we had the TV outside, so people could come out of the haunted house because we always delayed by about 30, 45 seconds, right?
Yeah.
We came out, and they'd be able to see themselves going through the haunted house. That's pretty cool, huh? Yeah, we did that yesterday. It was cool. So yeah, it was a fun night. I was dressed as Mr. Incredible.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I look good. One of the kids goes, "Is your stomach rock hard?" I said, "Yeah, go ahead, touch it." And I made my stomach really hard, and he touched it. Oh my god, it is hard. Anything going on in the world right now, Connor, that you want to talk about? I got a few things.
I can't think of any. Go ahead.
Well, the 3I Atlas comet. Have you heard of this?
No.
You haven't? It is the third interstellar object to enter our universe, meaning it's the third thing that's come out from outside in.
Oh wow.
And right now it's the closest to the sun as of Thursday, and it'll be close to Earth on December 1st. Now what's funny is it's emitting different kind of gases than a normal comet. And it has a nickel plated outside. So nickel is like a metal, right? No, you're in chemistry. And it's nickel plated. So it's like shiny. And there's speculation that these are aliens coming to Earth. Yeah, no, I'm not lying. That's what they're saying. You know, and so December 1st, we'll find out if aliens are coming to visit us or not.
Okay.
Yeah. You think about this, all right? The universe is so big, right? And we're viewing it in all directions with James Webb Telescope, whatever, right? They didn't spot this coming in until July 1st. So technically, if we were going to be invaded by aliens, we would have about a 3-month, well, about a 5-month leeway before they arrive to us.
Sure.
That's not a good thing, huh? Another thing is we got this government shutdown still going on. Still going on. And now it's starting to affect the people that are not government employees, like the people on SNAP benefits. Have you heard about that? You guys, I'm telling you right now, if you need food and you don't know where to go to feedamerica.org and look for your pantries in your local areas there. Food pantries and food banks, they will give you money. I mean, they will give you food, at no cost. So go to feedamerica.org and find a pantry close to you guys, okay, if you need that. If you have some money and you can donate to the food banks in your area because they're going to need it right now. I'm telling you right now. During COVID, their need went up so much that, how long were the lines, Connor? Like 3 hours?
For what?
For the food banks.
Back then, during COVID? Yeah. About
2-3 hours.
Maybe less, but yeah. I wouldn't say 3 hours.
People were waiting 3 hours to get a small amount of food because they were that desperate. And the reason we know is because where we live, where we would drive to go visit people, and there's long lines, and I'm talking like 3-hour long lines to get to the food bank. And yeah, it wasn't a good thing, But we're back to that again right now, and all the people with SNAP benefits, they're not going to get paid. So that is really, really unfortunate. I'm hoping they can figure this out soon. But look again, the website is feedamerica.org. Anything else going on?
Not that I can think of this week.
Well, you know what I think it is, Connor? I think it's time to ignite the fuse. What do you think?
I think so too.
Let's do it.
Welcome to Hot Takes with the Murph Man. Today is episode number 13, Applying to College 101, breaking down the application process. We know that the application process can feel like a maze. This episode breaks it down into manageable steps, helping students stay organized, confident, and true to themselves. The goal is to make the process a journey of self-discovery, not just a series of deadlines. Let's navigate that maze together.
All right, welcome back from that. So, applying to college is 101. It's supposed to be 101, right?
Yeah.
I love AI. I forgot to type it that way. I know. So, we have this whole application process. If I were to ask you, start to finish, when did you start applying for anything in college, anything related to the colleges?
In December, no.
November.
November, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because they start selecting between January and February. So yeah, right now you should be applying to colleges if you're not applying to colleges. But if you don't know how to handle that, you don't know what's going on, you don't know what's next, well, today we're going to cover all of that for you so you'll know what's going on. Okay? I don't know, but let's get started with the burning question. What do you think, Connor?
Yeah.
You ready for the question? Let's see if we get it right.
Today's question is related to our
The
main
first
topic
commercial
of
is veteran
the college
suicide.
application process. Here it is. What is the name of the centralized application platform used by over 1,000 colleges and universities? Is it A, the FAFSA, B, the personal statement, or is it C, the Common App? Take some time to think about it. And now back to the Murph Man to find out what the answer is.
What do you think it is, Connor? The FAFSA, personal statement, or the Common App?
I think it's a FAFSA.
No,
Oh, the Common App.
the Common Application. With one application, you can apply to several colleges just to get your foot in the door. Now, remember all that junk mail we were getting?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's from the college Common App. You sent it out, like, I'm interested in going to these colleges, and they looked at it and they're like, okay, I think I want him to come here. Let's start sending him messages and say he's accepted or not, and do our application and everything. So that's why we were getting all those junk mails from all those different colleges. Have you noticed it stopped? Because you're already in school. There's no need for recruiter anymore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you remember any of the things you got?
TCU, NMSU, UTEP, like 3 Christian schools. What else did I get? I forgot what else.
Now, you know, you also applied on, oh my God, I drew a blank. That app that for the scholarships, I'm trying to think what it's called. Not Scholarship Owl. The no application.
No.
Yeah.
Is
Niche.
it Niche. Yeah, Niche.
Oh gosh. There you got accepted to 5 colleges immediately with, I think it was like each one was offering you like $40,000 or $50,000 grant money, but it would have cost you almost $200,000 to go there. So yeah, we couldn't do that one. You know, but yeah, that Common App is where it first goes out to everybody. So that's what I like about that. You know.
Wow.
You know, and then the FAFSA is the application you have to do to go into what's it called? Sorry. I'm out of it. Apply for financial aid. So it's really important to understand that you got to do that also. Even as a freshman, even as a sophomore, junior, or senior in college, you want to make sure you do all of that. Because if you don't apply for any scholarships, you don't apply for anything financially, next year you won't get it. And the sooner you get it in, the sooner we're going to do it. And I finally finished my taxes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, I had to postpone until the end of October to pay it. So I was waiting as long as I could to pay my taxes.
Mm-hmm.
So I finalized that this week. So we'll get that done soon, you know. Let's see, what else? What else is going on? Well, the personal statement, we'll talk about that. I don't know if you remember a few weeks ago, we talked about the personal statement.
I forgot.
We'll talk about it again, but I don't have any emotional damage, but at this time, okay?
Okay.
So we won't press it. So yeah, sorry. You know, but let's get to the core of the episode. Let's do our today's hot take. Here it is.
Today's hot take is
I heard her
the
coming
college
in and threw me
application
off.
process isn't about being perfect.
Oh,
It's about
shit.
being
Son of a
prepared
gun.
and authentic. Your goal isn't
Well,
to trick a
outside
college
door.
into accepting you.
Outside
It's to
door.
tell your true story in a
Oh,
compelling way.
okay. The front door. She's gonna go into the back.
She
All right. So think about that, you guys. the college application process isn't about being perfect. Okay, and I told you that, right?
Yeah.
It's not so much about writing the perfect essay. It's about getting an application in. Excuse me. And be prepared and authentic. Okay. There's so many letters. Everyone gets the same letter. You know, I'm an amazing student, blah, 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 blah. You want something that sticks out to them, that's different than everyone else. You know, and it goes not to trick the college into accepting it, it's to tell the true story in a way that compels them to want to read more. You know, there's a movie called
what?
Risky Business with Tom Cruise. Remember the one where he slides in his underwear? Yeah. Everyone remembers that part of the movie. And he met a hooker, an escort.
That should be my home costume.
An escort?
No, the Tom Cruise.
But you can dress up like a ghost. You know, he has a suit. Yeah, he was trying to get, in the TV show Ghost, he was trying to get naked. He pulls his pants off and he falls over and hits his head and drowns.
Oh.
So he has to walk around with no pants on. Because, you know, you wear what you die.
Oh, Trevor?
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
Anyway, in Risky Business, so he meets this escort and she says, get my friends to meet your friends, and he starts basically pimping out all these girls and to pay back for all this money and everything, you know. And that night, his interviewer came to interview him for the college, Princeton. So the girls took care of the interviewer. So the next morning, you know, the guy walks out like nothing, right? His dad gets here and goes, I just heard, and he gets all serious, I just heard from Princeton. And he's like, what? You know, you're in, you know. And it's funny because you do got to schmooze them up. You got to play the game a little bit with them, right?
Yeah.
But the basic colleges, and I say basic meaning like UTEP is 100% admission.
Yeah, like your hometown also, no?
Yeah. But UTEP's 100% admission. You know, everyone's going to get in. You don't really have to like finesse anything.
Yeah.
But if you go to Harvard and there's 20,000 people and only 1,000 can get in, you got to stand out and do something to get their attention.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what we're going to do. But we'll talk about that after we come back from the break. Now, hold on, Tom. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. Let me see what they're going. Yes, ready?
Yeah.
It's time for a break. Hot Takes with the Murph Man will return after these messages.
Are you okay?
No.
According to the VA's suicide data report, an average of 22 veterans die by suicide every single day. This figure is a sobering reality and a crisis that demands our immediate attention and compassion. We must recognize and address the fact that every 24 hours, 22 veterans are losing their lives to suicide. The war doesn't always end when our veterans come home. The invisible wounds they carry, wounds that are real and heavy, require continuous support.
Today's hot take down.
No veteran should have to carry this burden alone.
It just like does the
Many
intellectual
veterans
and the
experience stress and disconnection as they navigate life after
You go
service.
back to the life scene.
Okay.
But there is
Because I'm like
hope.
the first
There
ones
is
that
hope.
didn't have to do that.
And you are not
The
alone
first ones that
in
didn't
this
have to do that. That's
There's
fine.
a vibrant
that's
community
true.
ready to support you, offering
That's
friendship,
electric.
understanding,
Well,
and
this is
shared
supposed to be-
experiences. You served
Well,
your
when it goes
country,
to a
now let
black
us
screen.
serve you.
Okay, sorry.
Don't fight the
Even if
toughest
what we're gonna
battle in
play is
silence.
Adios,
Your mission
Migo.
now
thought we
is
were
to
done.
reach out.
No, no.
Dial
The next one.
988,
When we go to the next
then
break.
press 1.
Thanks.
Text
But Adios,
them
Amigo.
8382555. The Veterans Crisis Line is
Listen to-
available
listen to it.
24/7.
Listen to the way I had it.
Every day, we
Just
save
put it on.
I already
lives.
listened to
Your life is
No, no.
invaluable, and your service is honored. Let's work together
Talk
to
about
make
emotion.
22-0 again. No veteran should face their struggles alone. Together, we can ensure every veteran finds the support and hope they deserve.
He gets help, but he still feels off. Season out on the TV about a dog batting said, this is
Listen
a
to the emotion
man's
in it.
best friend. Whoa, so he goes one day and he picks it up. Never thought a dog could bring so much love and put a smile on his face. was finally found a saving grace. He needs help, but he don't know the path to take or the way to go to be free. Put his mind at ease. We will help, 'cause we can't stand to see a soldier go to God by their own hands. We will do everything we can.
Okay, is it just me or is the video like weird?
To make 22.
What do you mean? Like lagging?
No, like we're still in it, but
Yeah. It's the background.
with the background?
Yeah. Because I'm not maximizing it.
Before we jump back in, a quick reminder of where to find us. For all the short clips and highlights, make sure you're following us on social media. You can find all the show details on our website, purehottakes.com. And for full show replays and exclusive premium content you won't hear anywhere else, be sure to subscribe at stream915.com.
Welcome back, you guys. You just heard a powerful reminder. And as your host, I want to personally echo what Ryan Spencer says in his song. We have to make 22-0 again. The mission doesn't stop with the song. It takes action, you guys. So if you need help, call 988 or dial 988 and then press 1. Or reach out to a friend. Or if you have a friend, a battle buddy that's struggling, make the call for them. Get them some help. Last night, I met someone, and it was not funny, like haha funny, but I was talking about this video, and she tells me she works with suicides. And I said, oh, really? Is that what you do for a job? She says, no, it's just a hobby. She says, I lost my husband to suicide. And I was like, oh my God, you got to see this video. Let me see what you think about it, And, I hope I'll be able to do some things with her, because veteran suicide, even those, the data's from 2012. The data's from 2012. Right now, the average is about 17.5 to 18 per day. We are getting it down, but it's still not enough. We got to do better, you guys. Okay, so get some help. There's help out there. All right. But right now, it's time to go over some key terms in our segment called Laying Down the Coals.
Before we dig in, let's clarify some of the key terms we'll be using today while laying down the coals. Common App, the centralized application we just talked about.
Streamlabs could hear us.
Personal statement. This is your main essay. It's a reflective piece designed to showcase your voice, your values, and your story. And finally, FAFSA. This stands for the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. This is the form you fill out to determine your eligibility for financial aid, like grants, scholarships, and loans.
I was trying to get that up there. It wasn't going. I was like, where is it? So yeah, you guys, the Common App, we talked about this. It's the centralized application we just talked about. In Texas, specifically, we have applytexas.org. Sorry, I'm still kind of overcoming this. It's been rough. So I apologize for that. We have the Apply Texas app. And what's funny about this, and it happened to you, and I told you to do it, and you didn't because your school made you do it. You applied using your school email, remember? But what happened?
It kicked me out.
It kicked you out because when you graduate, you don't have access to it anymore. So you need, and the thing is, at the time, the counselors told him you have to sign in with your school ID. He had no choice. All that work you did, we had to redo it because we had to have it on your email address. I emailed them and said, hey, can you change the email on the account to log in? They're like, yes, sure. They changed it. Guess what? Everything was gone. And you had to apply to UT, Austin, right? Or UNT. And then UTEP, Community College. And I think there was one or two more.
Just
NMSU.
Any other college that would have gone, like ASU, TCU.
Yeah. Anything with the football team.
Yeah.
And
that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Well, that's part of the reason football is out is to promote your college. And that's why when you have a winning team, the college gets more applications. When you have a losing team, they get less applications, which makes no sense because the school doesn't change. It's the team that sucks.
Yeah.
UTEP, perfect example. 5-1, I think, or 1-5, or
2-5.
2-5.
I think.
Yeah.
We lost to
Kennesaw State on a game on Tuesday night. Your schedule has been so just jacked, going left and right with all the different Wednesday games, Tuesday games. It's crazy.
I have no idea. I mean, it's an away game, so I don't know how they do it.
Well, they play on Tuesday.
No, but like Kennesaw State.
Oh yeah.
Or like any other team that we go like away against.
Well,
because their games could just be on every Tuesday instead of Saturdays.
Food for thought. We have games on Wednesday. That means another college has games on Wednesdays because we have to play them.
Well, obviously.
Right. So,
but if it's an away, I'm saying like.
Yeah, everyone has it.
No, but like, what if their whole schedule is on a Wednesday or Tuesday?
No, it's not a whole schedule. It's just they do it for TV purposes. Yeah, they do it for TV purposes so they can air it, and they have nothing to compete against it.
I guess football almost every day. I
Yeah,
guess.
it really is.
Monday Night Football.
Thursday night,
games,
Sunday,
yeah.
Saturday night, Sunday night football. It's crazy.
Saturday, yeah, and then Wednesday games.
Yeah.
And then Friday Night Lights.
High school.
Wow.
On Saturday you have college. Yeah.
This football games almost every day. If this guy like that.
Yeah, if you really are a football fan, you can watch TV football game every night, easy. But yeah, so when the teams are doing good, the colleges get more applications. That's why it's so important because you get exposure. Some people don't even realize, like Kennesaw State. Have you ever heard of that college?
I've heard of Kennesaw before.
I never had until they were on the schedule for Utah. I was like, and they're part of Conference USA or whatever conference they're in now. So yeah, it's one of those things that when you apply to college, there's a lot you have to do, and make sure you use the most important thing about applying to college is make sure you use a personal email, not your school email, because you will lose access to it when you graduate, and you will not be able to get into anything if you need to do like a second factor authorization, right? So be careful with that, with the Common App. And then you have your personal statement. This is your main essay. It's an effective and it needs to design to showcase you, your voice, your values, your story, right? What about you? And we'll talk more about this in a little bit. And then, of course, you have the FAFSA. That stands for the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. This is the form that you fill out to determine what you're going to qualify for. And then you'll get a SAI, which is Student Aid Index, that will tell you, based on your income, based on the financial aid available to you, this is what you can expect to pay. And like, you get a certain number. So your parents out there or kids going to college, you need to save that money, just a little more than that, just in case you don't get enough financial aid or any scholarships. Okay, but there's money out there. There's so much money out there, but no one applies. We talk about this when I got the scholarship at my school, the $1,000 scholarship, which back then paid off a whole semester of classes easy, if not more. I got $1,000 just because nobody applied. And I had taken the most classes that semester out of all the students, so they gave it to me. And what's funny is after they gave it to me, I had to write a personal essay to the scholarship. I'm like, oh, I didn't want to do this. I hate writing. But the thing is, you need to have a story that you can share with everybody, every college, anything you apply to, so that you'll be able to modify it a little bit, not too much. Like for example, you applied for the Hispanic. Was it the McDonald's scholarship that was the Hispanic? There was one Hispanic and one McDonald's, right?
I think, yeah. McDonald's I didn't do. It was very too late.
Okay.
Like all the fast food was done. It was Jesse that did that.
That's right. And, I tell Connor, he's 75% Mexican. Doesn't look it.
Yeah.
But you're Latino, you're Hispanic. You're more Mexican than I am. And I think you should take advantage of that. If you're Native American, Alaskan, Pacific Islanders, I think what else is the other one? It's white, black, Caucasian. Anyway, if you're Hispanic like Connor, even though he doesn't really look Hispanic or speak a lot of Spanish, he is Hispanic. And he is actually the firstborn of an immigrant into the country. I think you're the first person in her family. Well, the second because Christy did. But yeah, you're one of the first people that went to college in her family. So yeah, it's a big deal. That should be part of your personal essay because that's different. Not everyone's just going to apply to it, right?
Yeah.
So it's really important to those unique things. And we've had this conversation before, and you still disagree with me. But we talk about doing the bare minimum versus what you did, and I think you did more, and that made you stand out. That's why you got all those invitations. Okay. That's why you got all those invitations. So you did good. You did real good with that. And, it's one of those things that you have to realize that sometimes writing is necessary. So let's think about that. But how about we hear a story from the fire?
Yeah.
Let's hear the story.
Nico starts his applications in August. He builds a spreadsheet to track deadlines, drafts his essays early, and asks his teachers for recommendations well in advance. His friend waits until the week before Thanksgiving to start. Guess who is less stressed and produces a better application? It's Nico. Pacing is everything.
Pacing is everything, you guys. The earlier you do something, the better you're going to be able to. That's been my motto the whole time, right? So you need to be able to apply early and get things in. And one of the things that we realized was you needed a meningitis shot.
Yeah.
If you were applying last minute, that wasn't going to happen. How many people at UTEP when you were there were like, "Oh, I gotta get a meningitis shot. Go to the shot clinic and everything." Remember? So the two friends we had dinner with.
Some people, yeah.
That's poor planning. Not knowing what you need for college. So there's a lot of things that you need to cover for the application. You get the application, you need your parents' financial income. Even though you might even have your own job, you need your parents' financial information. You need your birth certificate.
Okay.
You got to have the audit from the school to make sure what classes you've taken or haven't taken in college.
Yeah.
Right? Transcript. You know the rank in your class. There's a lot of things you actually need that you don't realize you need it until you're in the middle of an application. Side note, when you get your driver's license, how hard was it to get your driver's license?
Not that hard.
Really?
I didn't have struggle. It was parallel parking.
No, I'm not talking about paperwork.
Oh, paperwork wise, then yeah. We went to the DMV like 3 different times because they asked for a different form each different time.
And now that I've gone through it,
yeah,
it makes sense what I should have been doing, right? The VOE, a verification of enrollment. They just need to prove you're in school. How hard is that? Go to the register, print the paper, you're done. That's it. But you have to put in the request like a week or 2 before. So yeah, so that's little things like that you don't realize you really need until you actually are there and you realize that you don't have the paperwork. It's going to take a couple weeks to get it. And then if you're doing parent education, you guys, let me tell you about parent education. You can do the first module and get a driver's permit, and then you'll go through it. But you got to finish the whole course before they'll let you take the driver's test. We didn't know that, By the time he did that, he was already 18. So now at 18, he had to do an adult driving class, remember? And another video, and it was a mess. And I'll be honest, that's something I just never worried about because I've never had to do that. I just walk in, piece of paper, sign in, I'm out with my ID, you know what I mean? So never thought of all that stuff you would need as a kid, But yeah, and by the way, you can do parent education, driver's ed, you guys, if you want to save a little money. But you got to be the one teaching your kid how to drive, and that can be a little scary sometimes.
Very scary.
We never had a scare while you were practicing, did we?
No.
No, right?
Not like my cousins, no.
Let's not even go there. You know, one thing, like I taught Connor like to be aware of things around him all the time, right? And one time we're driving on the freeway, and we're on the right lane, right before an exit. Okay, there's an exit, and then you go a little forward more, and then you go right to an off ramp. And he's in the right lane, and right before that, there's a merge lane, and the cars are coming in. I'm sitting in the passenger seat, helpless. I see this car and a car in front of him, and Connor moves between them. That's where he should be, but the car behind him tries to speed up and cut him off. Connor can't go left because there's a truck here. He can't speed up because there's a car in front of him. He stayed calm and did what he had to do. And before you know it, we went through, and the guy actually passed on the shoulder. Had we were getting on the exit, we would have had an accident with him. You know? So he did really good with that. And so I felt I did a good job as a teacher, teaching those things, but it was him who had to do it. You know, same thing with the application process, right?
Yeah.
You know, Nico, in our story, he starts his application process in August. You know, that's if you really know what you want to do in your senior year. At the start of the senior year, did you know what you wanted to do? No.
Well, computer science is already took a year from the CCTE.
Yeah, but were you sure that's what you want to do in college?
I mean, I already stuck with it, so I might as well.
Not really.
Yeah.
You could go and take it. You can become.
I was not going to waste a whole year for nothing.
Well, but you can still take your degree, your major.
I'd rather just stay in it. Doesn't matter how long it takes. I can go over the 4 years, but I'm staying in computer science.
Are you going to be happy with it, you think?
Maybe. It depends with the classes. Coding is going to be one thing I hate, but I have to get used to it. Excuse me.
Coding. It's a whole new animal. It's a language that you have to learn.
Yeah.
And you do Python, right? That's what your programming language is?
Python, Linux, command prompt, whatever they made us use.
You know, right now, Joel from Military Broadcast Radio is working on making his own server, and he's having to learn Linux. And he's like, that is just, don't even go there. You know, do you remember when you were studying for your class and I did the MS-DOS stuff? I went in and I was able to do the commands. You're like, how do you know that? Because that's how it started with me. That's how old I am. I was there before computers. That, you know, computers in the household at least. But we, just, the application process, you guys, it has so much to it that you got to talk about, you know. But I think after the break, we will definitely talk about this, and we'll get into the heat map. But right now, one of my favorite songs is Adios Amigo. We'll be right back.
It's time for a break. Hot Takes with the Murph Man will return after these messages.
Hey, Letty.
Yeah, Kennesaw State is in Conference USA.
Yeah.
The first year.
Did they change?
No, we have to
yet.
No, it's missing.
Yeah.
Change it.
Yeah, they changed it.
Staring out this hotel window, many floors above. What's missing down there is love. Thinking through the smoke that fills my mind. Don't worry, it's not my first time. Adios, amigo. I'm so glad I seen you. I won't be seeing you around. Adios, amigo. I've been looking for you since I stepped foot in this town.
Leticia.
Say it's all inside, heaven and hell. What happened to that angel when he fell? Give it just one try. Tell me you don't like it. Be God for a moment and don't despise it. Adios, amigo. So glad I seen you. I won't be seeing you around. Adios, amigo. I've been looking for you since I stepped foot in this town.
So, are you going to do that after this? I don't know. I'll do this.
Chico!
Yeah. Want to see this down?
Step outside and breathe. Play a little in the
This
street.
is the gift that keeps on giving.
Hope it's not me they're sending. Move on from over there. Give the kids a little scared. Oh, these fences, they need mending. Adios, amigo. So glad I seen you. I won't be seeing you around. Adios, amigo. I've been looking for you since I stepped foot in this town. Adios, amigo. So glad I seen you. I won't be seeing you around. Adios, amigo. I've been looking for you since I stepped foot in this town.
I don't know why.
It was after 3 in the morning. Wow. Oh, I get in the comments, right? And there's all this stuff in the scene. I'm like, God, how many people are went to we went to this, went to that, and just driving all over the place. Right, you're right. We're gonna be coming back soon.
Before we jump back in, a quick reminder of where to find us. For all the short clips and highlights, make sure you're following us on social
go straight
media.
to the heat map,
You can
okay?
find all the show
You
details
ready?
on our website,
When I gotta talk?
purehottatakes.com.
What?
When I gotta
And for
talk?
full show
Yeah,
replays
we'll
and
talk a little bit,
exclusive
but I'm saying
premium
that.
Okay.
content you won't hear anywhere else, be sure to subscribe at stream915.com.
All right, we are back. So let's get to the nitty gritty of this. The actionable steps that you need in today's heat map.
Here is the heat map to make sure you do everything to make the application process as smooth as possible. BCreate a balanced college list with reach, match, and safety schools.
All right, yeah, I'm so
Build a
sorry.
timeline. Put all the
But you're
deadlines on a
making me silly.
calendar. Test dates, application due
The
dates,
heat map.
essay drafts,
Create a balanced
and the
college
class
list
opening.
with
Ask for your
reach,
letters of
match,
recommendation
and
early,
safety schools.
and provide your
We'll
teachers
talk
with
about all
a
that right
brag
now.
sheet or resume to make their job
Build a
easier.
timeline. Put all your deadlines on the calendar. Very important. And ask for letters of recommendations early, because your counselors have to do letters for every student. And if you ask for it early, you'll get a better letter. Right? Let me know when we're done. Ready? Okay. All right. So, first thing, you got to figure out what schools you're going to go to. Right? Can you apply to every school? Yeah. Some schools actually charge you for application, right?
Like $10, no? 15.
UNT was 90.
Oh, I meant 100. 150.
But every year, October 13th to 19th this past year, was free applications for Texas. So no colleges were asking for any money. Okay. Be aware of that for next year. I am so sorry, you guys. I'm just trying to get over this. And October 13th to 19th this year, you could have applied to Texas schools and not paid any application fees. Not every school has an application fee, but that week they waive them automatically. Now, if you're a student who has financial needs, you can go to school, you can ask for a waiver of the fees. Okay, they will give you a waiver. It's not just an automatic thing. And that'll be based on your SAI index as well. You know, but your school will do that. But you want to get, where do you want to go? How far are you willing to go? You know, am I willing to go to another state? Because you got to pay out-of-state residents tuition the first year. Do I want to go somewhere in Texas, same state you're in, or do I want to go somewhere East Coast, West Coast? That's the first thing you have to do, right? Where do you want to go? Then you have to figure out what your matches are. What do we mean by that? What do you think it means?
Matches?
Yeah.
Like what fits my major and all that best? I don't think so. Yeah.
Exactly. You're able to look at the schools and say, like, for example, Jessie, your cousin, she wanted to do forensic science. Yeah. There was 3 schools that she could go to. So she said, these are the 3 choices I have. None of them were in El Paso. I'm going to have to move. So let's do it. So she did. And she's now at Sam Houston State. That's right. Okay. And last, she also won a safety school. You know what that is?
Safety school?
Yeah.
No.
Let's pretend you were really wanting to go to UNT, right? Would that be the only college you apply for? If that's the only school you want to go to?
If you're leaning towards that, yeah.
But what happens when you don't get accepted? Where do you go? What are your safety schools?
Hometown.
Well, not every school has a UTEP. You know, not every city has a UTEP in their hometown.
Well, even then, isn't every hometown like acceptable for each person that actually lives there?
No.
Oh.
If you live in Austin, you're not going to get into UT Austin just because you live there.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Now let me tell you about UT Austin. When I was in high school, I was a horrible student, bad grades and everything. I've told you guys the story. But I applied to ASU and UT Austin. And almost immediately I got a reply back. Thank you, but no thanks. Right? When I got my bachelor's degree, I was at Fort Hood in Killeen, Texas. And I wanted to go for my master's. And I was getting out of the Army. So we lived there. We owned a house in Copper's Cove, actually outside of Killeen. And I wanted to go to UT Austin. I was going to apply to UT Austin. But they only had a social work program. They didn't have what I wanted. So I could have gotten into UT Austin for the master's program. I know I could have.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to do social work. That's one of my big regrets right now. That's probably the only regret I have in life.
Really?
Yeah. Because I could have gotten into a government job working as a social worker and be making some mad money now. Although I'm very happy where I'm at. You know. But that safety school is, what are your options? Now what's funny is, I came back to El Paso and I called UTEP. And I spoke to a guy over there and I said, hey, I'm interested in becoming a counselor. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, we don't have that program here. I'm like, I thought you did. Okay. I hung up and went about my way. And one of my friends says, go to Alpine, and it was Sol Ross, you know. But while I was at Sol Ross, they're like, what made you come to Sol Ross? I'm like, oh, because this is the only program here. There's nothing at UTEP. And they're like, yes, there is. And I'm like, what? So I called the guy back like 2 weeks later. I said, hey, I want you to know, you have this program here. And he says, after I got off the phone with you, I went to go research it, and you were right. I felt so bad. I didn't get your name or number or anything. Sometimes you called me back. We'd love to have you apply for. I said, I'm not going to apply for squat with your school. If the head department person doesn't know what you have in the college, why would I want to go to your college? Right? Well, years later, after I had my master's degree, I'm doing a debriefing. There's an officer who died here in El Paso. He was shot. And I'm doing debriefing with all the dispatchers and everything. And this guy happens to be my partner for this. And we were supposed to do a 30-minute presentation. He ends up doing a whole 2 hours of presentation. And the whole team, literally we're in a room with glass walls. The whole team was just standing outside waiting for us to finish. So when I got out, I was angry. Because I already knew who this guy was. He didn't know who I was, right? I was like, what an idiot. I'm so glad I didn't go to that program. And when we got out, the guy who was in charge got mad at him for doing what he did, and he turns to him and tells him, this guy, pointing to me, was in charge, not you. He's like, well, I have a PhD. I don't care if you're a doctor. Murphy knows more than you do about this. And then I turned to him, I said, do you remember a couple of years ago you had a call about a student? He goes, yeah, that was me. He's like, oh my God. Really embarrassed. I love shoving that in his face. I really did. I gotta be honest with you. Just, oh.
You just had a little smirk on your face.
Oh God, yes. To this day, I still love that. You know. But yeah, so, you know, my safety school was UTEP. It's in the same town like you're saying. And they didn't have it. So I had to go out of town 3 hours. I had to go over there, drive up Friday night, stay Saturday, Sunday. I mean, it's Friday, Saturday, and come back on Sunday for 2.5 years. You know, because my school here didn't have the program I wanted. You know, so that happens a lot, dude. A lot of people do that kind of commuting. You know. There was also a scandal. This is completely off subject, but I believe the police chief of San Francisco bought a house in Boise, Idaho. And he's commuting. And I'm like, that's a good distance, right? But he leaves town on the weekends when he's off. So if something major happens in the city, it's going to take him several hours to get there. By the time the crisis is over. You know, that's one of the things we're talking about right now. Excuse me. So also build a timeline. You know, we were saying, when you start applying, you said October, November. You know, you could apply as early as August, but in your senior year, you didn't really know what you wanted to do. And you were waiting. You know, your safety school was UTEP. We knew you'd get in there if nothing else happened, right? And luckily, you did. But that's a school you chose to go to. But we had timelines. And one of the things that we did was we had to turn in the FAFSA, which is something you need to do right now. It's open right now. Turn in your FAFSA right now. The sooner you get in, the sooner you get matched with stuff. Because there is an order. All right? And when you get down here, you're not going to have any options. Or too many options given to you. And here's another thing. Excuse me. I am so sorry. My mouth is so dry. If your parents join the army,
I think next week we might have to pre-record.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to the doctor again today.
What time?
When we're done.
Sorry, I want to make sure.
Today?
I don't know when. Okay.
I'm gonna go right now. See y'all later, okay?
Alright. Yep. Well, like it's kind of interesting.
If your parents entered service in the military, in Texas specifically, you're entitled to 150 hours of college credit paid for by the state after all scholarships and after all financial aid is taken care of. All right? You get that money. Well, you don't get the money that goes to the college. You don't get any of that money. In Connor's case, financial aid paid first, then Texas.
I'm just saying.
I'm explaining to them.
I'm just saying. You're making it sound like that I didn't do Hazelwood because of financial aid.
Well, no, but...
Sorry.
You're doing this, I want this, okay?
Okay. Wow. Alright.
Financially paid in that. He called the Texas Vets and like, what? I thought I was going to get paid with you guys and I use financial aid. And they said, we do ours in mid-September. We do ours in mid-September. But I'm like, what are they going to pay if it's already been paid? So then what happened is in mid-September, they paid, reimbursed financial aid, and you had to pay how much?
$1,500.
$1,500. Guess what our student aid index was?
I don't know.
1380. So that's what we had to pay for college. You know what I mean? So, sorry about that, you guys. We had some really good mics speaking of voices all around the place. And
the house is like follow.
Yeah, it is.
It's really good.
Yeah. So, yeah. if you could.
I'll be back.
So yeah, the thing is, if you're every state has their own program for veterans, you guys. If you look into it, find out if your parents enrolled in a college and if they join the military in a certain state, they can move the gate out and close it. And sorry, you guys, we have some studio issues here. We're moving next week. Hopefully, we'll be set up. This is what we're shooting for. But check the state's veteran program, because you might have something like that in your state that is different than what we have here in Texas. All right. So Texas Hazelwood Act is really a good act, and it's really cool because I could use it as a veteran after my GI Bill and everything, but my kid could use it, my spouse could use it.
Maybe have one. Sorry.
Yes, she doesn't need it right now, right?
Whatever. Technically. Can I get whatever she was gonna get to me?
You did.
Okay.
You know, it was funny because one of the things we were looking at was there was a girl I was dating, and she was from Mexico, and I said if we ever got married, her son would be eligible for the legacy.
Yep.
But because he was a Mexican citizen, he would get a scholarship because of that to go to college here. So that's one of those things that it depends, right? But you want to be aware of that. Your financial aid, you want to get everything in on time because deadlines matter. Right now, financial aid, FAFSA, right now, Apply Texas, call it Common App. Everything, you guys, right now, you need to do it. Okay, don't wait. And I was saying, get your recommendation letters early. Why do you want to get your recommendation letters early? Because what ends up happening is your counselors have to write letters for all those requests they get. How many seniors did you have?
300 to something.
300 something? Seniors?
Maybe less.
Really?
We didn't have that big. We had one of the biggest classes, and that was
I thought you had like
500.
Yeah. I thought you had a lot more than that.
We might have had 500.
Yeah, it's closer to 500. So,
Because all the people I know are like, I know like 80 people from my grade. And I lucky think that was it. Because some seniors didn't show up, or I just never seen them.
right.
But me personally, I have like 80 friends from senior year, maybe more.
Okay.
And I think that's like my whole like grade.
So if you have 4 counselors, that's 20 letters for each one, and just those 80 that you're talking about. So yeah, you want to be aware of that because the earlier you get it in, they can write you a letter, and it'll be more personalized to you as opposed to just a canned response. Get your applications in early, you guys. That's the most important thing you got to do because it is so important to do that. You know, you don't realize how important it is. You know, but we've given you the steps, and you know, you can use them right now. Like literally right now, you can do it, okay? But the fire's not out yet. We're going to walk you through some common mistakes that might happen. But before that, I want to read something to you guys. Military Broadcast Radio is now sponsored by Sony Pictures. And this segment is brought to you by Sony Pictures Classic, empowering veterans through film. Check out Nuremberg, coming out November 7th. The battlefields through broadcasting, every story matters.
If you can find it. Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
It's time for a break. Hot take.
Final burn.
Justice Jackson, they captured her.
I did a little behind, but
Tell me about him.
I have 2 of them.
I'm gonna put
Wait,
Barry.
continue to run.
I will escape the hangman's noose.
Final burn?
Yeah, sure.
Can we get it?
No man has ever beaten me.
Wait, was it just that one or the one with the reveal?
Just Final burn.
No, I meant the commercial.
No,
You're walking into a trap.
that's Nuremberg.
No,
Yeah, I have 2 of them.
Yeah, I know. I wanted the one with the wreath. I told you that.
Not with the wreath.
I did.
You just said Nuremberg.
Before we jump back in, a quick reminder of where to find us.
Don't worry
For all
about
the
it.
short
Just play the
clips
wreath
and
by
highlights,
itself.
make sure you're following us
Oh,
on
you don't
social
have it.
media. You can find all the show details on our website, purehottakes.com. And for full show replays and exclusive premium content you won't hear anywhere else, be sure to subscribe at stream915.com.
I'm gonna just do the be right back and just keep it. Do I have my transcript from Burgess or no?
Do we have what?
My final transcript?
Yeah. No, not final. Unless they send it to you.
Like the unofficial thing.
Yeah, no, we gotta get one if you need it.
From Burgess?
All right, you guys. Nuremberg is the newest film that's coming out November 7th. It looks like good with Russell Crowe. And they are sponsoring Military Broadcast Radio. Let me tell you guys about that real quick. If you're a veteran and you want to do a podcast and you want to have a voice, because, you know, veterans have gone through a lot. We have a lot of experiences. And we want to be able to share our stories with people. Military Broadcast Radio will do that. They will help you set up the podcast like what we're doing here. They will get you all the training you need, everything you got. Like, for example, the videos you've been seeing, except for the Nuremberg one, those are videos that I created myself. So they've taught me to do that. So if you're interested in doing this, go to mbradio.us and you can do that. Definitely, and you can sign up for that. You know. But let's get back to our show. I digress. We're here to talk about education and college applications. We've been talking about the heat map, which is some of the things that you do, but let's talk about some common pitfalls that might happen, you know. Things we might get stuck in our segment called Where Are You Gonna Get Burned? Motherfucker.
Here are a few pitfalls to avoid to make the application process less stressful. The biggest one is waiting until the last minute. Start early and pace yourself. Don't write what you think colleges want to hear. Be authentic. They can spot a fake a mile away. And please, don't choose a path based on prestige. Choose based on what fits you. Now, back to the show.
That's right, you guys. You know, you want to get started as early as possible. That's the first thing. Because if you just wait till last minute, you're not going to be able to get what you need. Okay, you're definitely not going to get that. Don't write what you think the colleges want to hear. Because, again, it's the same letter from every student. Make it unique. Make it different. You know, some struggles you've overcome. Something like that, you know what I mean? We're like with yours, I told you before, it's like when your mom passed away. You were 9 years old. You know, you've overcome that.
I mean, it's been half my life, so yeah. Well, a little bit past now.
Yeah, you know.
Wow. You've been...
Yeah.
Crazy.
It is. It is. When you think about that, I'm 56 years old, and I have a 19-year-old son. That's crazy.
Well, you're in the military. That makes sense.
Why? I was not in the military when you were born.
Yeah, before.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You mean it delayed my family? No, what delayed my family was my first wife.
Well, the divorce and all that, yeah, that's also true.
Yeah, that was my first wife.
You didn't have a kid with her, right?
No, we lost a baby. We had a miscarriage.
So I'm the only one?
You're the only one of my kids, yes.
Okay, good.
Connor.
Sorry.
You really think I would have a kid and not tell you?
Well, I mean...
Seriously. I'm shocked.
I don't know you.
But I will tell you something. Connor knows this. I tend to date younger girls. Right? I said they could get pregnant. You might end up having a little baby brother or sister. No? Why not?
I don't want. I don't know. I don't mind it, but no.
You wouldn't want a baby brother, baby sister,
I don't see myself having that.
and have a 35-year-old girl move in with us?
No. No.
No.
But you better not be hiding kids from me.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
I would hope so. It's happened before.
Yeah, we've known people that hide families, right? Yeah. Don't say.
I'm not, but that's just too funny.
Why is it funny?
Just because, so, someone we know, I don't know what I could say. She thought she was the oldest, like...
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
We have a friend whose oldest daughter is the oldest daughter. And then one day, the father tells her, guess what? I have another kid. It was adoption. We gave her away for adoption, and now she's 18 and she's able to reach out to us.
25, dude.
Okay, I didn't know her age, but she was older. I knew she was older.
Yeah, no, she was like super old.
And if she ever reached out, he just felt like telling her, you know. And he told his daughter to, you know, I have another daughter. And yeah, it was a little shocking, right?
I was like, wow.
Yeah. So you think that's gonna happen to me? No.
Okay. I made fun of her. I was like, you're not the oldest.
Yeah. You know, and what's funny though is, I could have gotten someone pregnant and never known. That does happen. But I still, right to this day, Connor, I can contact any of my ex-girlfriends I want to.
It's weird, but okay.
You know, because I know, you know, I kept in touch with some of them, you know, whatever, you know, they're on Facebook, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, the only person that's really funny, the one I was married to for 13 years, I have no clue what she's up to. So, I don't care. Oh, man. You know, in marriage is interesting, Connor. That's all I can say. All right, last thing, you guys. You know, make sure you apply for that financial aid. But one of the things it said on the screen, I don't know if you heard the clip. It said, "Don't choose a college on prestige."
Prestige means
like because it's famous.
Oh,
like for example, why do you want to go to UT in Austin? It's one of the best schools in the country. It's amazing. Whatever, right?
Doesn't it have like one of the best like engineering? No. Oh, sorry. Doesn't it have one of the best engineering?
No.
Majors?
Everything at their school is amazing. UTEP, I think, is on par with UT for engineering.
Well, that's why it's
because that's what UTEP focuses on, more engineering than everything.
Yeah.
But it's not the education you can get. If I go to Harvard, am I going to be smarter than someone that goes to UTEP?
Maybe, yeah.
That's the perception, right?
Yeah.
It's not so much that. It's the same school, the same classes for the most part. The teachers are the same. None of that changes. It's just the name. But what you do get is the networking. We've talked about this, making friends, right? People who go to Harvard are either very, 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 very smart or very, 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 very rich. Okay? So those group of friends are going to be very different than someone who's on financial aid. Now, can people on financial aid be smart? Yes, of course. I'm not saying they're not. But usually when you have financial aid, you don't have any money. So you tend to, how can I put this? Your life is different when you have money. It is. Connor has some friends that have some pretty good money, right? And they're always going out, they're always spending it. And I told Connor, hey, careful. You don't have that kind of money, you know? And he's like, yeah, that's true. But he does hang out with them. And since he's hanging out with that people, have you been going out more? Have you been making more friends? Do you see how the networking works?
Well, it's not from them, but I've just been making new friends.
Right,
Yeah.
the networking, right?
It's not from them, but yeah.
Okay. But you're networking, you're making friends, you're going out, you're doing things. And you even said, I hate having separate groups of friends because they want to do different things with me. Right? But it's about networking, making those friends. Why is that important? I'll give you an example. I was at the Screen and Share last week with the Stream915.com. We had our Screen and Share, and there was a lawyer there, and I talked to the lawyer, and the lawyer was like, you know, hey, maybe, you know, we can get together and talk and have lunch. I told him, you know, I call it take a lawyer to lunch. Why take a lawyer to lunch? Well, if you take a lawyer to lunch, if you have a friend who's a lawyer, they know you need some advice on something, and you're giving them a free meal. Okay. Same thing with me when I was a counselor. People would call me and say, "Hey, can we go grab a bite, and they would get quote unquote free counseling. So networking is really important. One thing you're going to be lucky with is UTEP is it UTEP or Texas Tech getting the law program?
Us, no.
It is.
We have we're giving $1 billion, right?
Yeah, I think it was you guys. So you're going to have friends going to law school, Connor. Make those friends. Trust me. That's the best thing you can have.
Me just double check.
I'm not talking about the fact that you're going to... Oh my God. I'm not talking about you're going to go to jail. But if you want to write... You can tell your friend, hey, can you check this out for me? Yeah, sure. You know. Last night I was talking with Tony P. from Street 915. We were doing the haunted house. And he has a friend who has helped him write stuff. And he's going to help him do stuff, create some content for him and everything. Bring him on podcasts. It's a trade-off. I was shit at the front of the list, which is sorry.
Oh. I didn't see that. Sorry, I'm on Streamlabs.
Well, yeah, 2 different streams. So, it's like we're in OnlyFans.
Okay, don't say that.
So, I knew someone that had the power to move her ahead in the list. And, she did. So, sometimes it is who you know. It really is, One thing I have told you is get to know your teachers. Have you done any of that kind of? Have you gone to go visit them or talk to them?
Not as much.
Not as much?
I still talk to them. Sorry, I'm trying to... Okay.
But you talk to them. Have you gone to their office hours yet?
Chemistry, yeah.
You have? How's that gone for you?
Yeah.
Did it help you?
No. Well, they help me with my work a little bit, but that's it.
Yeah, but it's more about getting to know them. I've told you this.
Yes.
You just go and talk to them and just, I know. But that's my advice. You don't. So you guys, that's the thing. There's so many pitfalls in the process. Like we've talked about them. Applying late, not applying to the colleges that you can, having to pay extra fees for the applications, not applying financially, not getting any of that money. Not applying for scholarships. You need to apply for scholarships right now for next year. But
my bad.
You guys, TikTok. Type in the word scholarship, your algorithm will be filled with scholarships. Okay? Go and apply for them. Again, you never know who's going to apply for that kind of stuff. And you get that money. And you applied and you got 4 scholarships last year. Let's see how many you get this year. Hope you get some. You need them.
Unless if I have to pay the money back for Texas, like Pell Grants.
Well, you will. You're going to have to pay that next year, too.
No, but if they pay for me already or they send me more money than I'm supposed to, I have to pay them back.
You're not paying back. Yes. Your financial aid is different than scholarships. Your financial aid got paid back, so Texas Hazel would pay it, not your scholarships. The scholarship money came later. If you had no scholarship money, 0, you would still have to pay that money to the financial aid.
Well, yeah, because I had too many Texas grants, so
right.
I got rid of it.
Yeah. So.
Well, no, because they took some money because the guy and Texas grants, even though it's different.
Financially, that's the whole.
That's what he said.
And then again, we go back to SAI. That's what you have to pay, basically. That's an approximate number, you guys. It's not an exact number. It's an approximate. The pitfall though is if Connor had gone and spent all his money and just bought a car, let's say, right? And they come back and say you got to pay this money back, you would have been out of luck. You know, luckily Connor's pretty good with money now. You know, he's learning to budget and not spend it so crazy, right? What are you gonna do with your next money next January?
Pay for any books for next semester.
Yeah.
Any parking, whatever fees I have for school first, and then put some into savings for sure.
And fix the car.
And the car.
Yeah, you can have your own car. You're gonna be a soccer dad.
Sorry. Dad SUV. Dude, everybody says, look at your mom, like soccer mom car. I'm like, no, it's a dad SUV. Look at the little mom, like, van. No, dad SUV.
But I'll tell you what, all his friends are riding with him, right? They're always riding in the car with you because you can fit everybody in the car comfortably. That's why I get that.
It's not bad, but yeah.
That's why I like those cars. You know, it gives you more room in the backseat. But yeah, so be aware of those pitfalls, you guys. It's one of those things that you don't realize it's happening until it happens. And then before you know it, you're stuck. But let's talk about some of those heat shields that you can do to protect yourself from getting burned. Our next segment.
UTEP is giving $5 million for the law school.
Yes, it's UTEP.
Yeah.
Here are your heat shields.
I know it's UTEP.
The book, College Essay Essentials by Ethan Sawyer, also known as the College Essay Guy, is fantastic. The main websites you'll need are the Common App, FAFSA.gov, and the College Board. And again, a simple application tracking spreadsheet is your best friend in this process.
Why do you want to do all this? Well, one, College Essay Essentials. You know, there's books out there. Now, I come from old school. We get books. Nowadays, you can look at everything up on the internet, right? But one thing is you can use AI, right? Do not use AI to write your letter. You can use it to give you an outline and say, this is my life story, organize it.
Yeah.
You can say, here are my interests, here's what I've done. Write me a good college essay, and then it writes it. Then you go in and you change it in your own words, right?
That's the only time I use AI is if I can't think of anything, it gives me an idea, and then I, like, paragraph by paragraph change it.
I had a friend of mine, she's going for her master's in art, Allie, and she calls me one day. She's like, I don't know what to write. I have this paper due on Monday. It's like Thursday or Friday. She said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm so stuck here. And I said, go to your AI program, ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever, Copilot, whatever you guys use, and type in what your assignment is and see what ideas it gives you. And before you know it, you'll have ideas and you can write your paper. That's what she did. But real quick, if you guys are a student, college or high school, or a teacher or an educator with a school address, you get educator benefits. One of them is you can apply for Perplexity AI and get the comment browser. And you guys, it's great. It really is. It works good. Helps you with everything. All right. You also want to know the Common App, FAFSA.gov, and College Board. Why College Board? Because that's where you get your SAT scores, ACT scores, all of that. Your CLIP exams, your AP tests, right? It's all on there. You know, everything is on there. And of course, you got the simple application tracking that we're asking you to do. Why do you want to do that? Because you need to track everything you applied for. When we did the Scholar Mind at UTEP, how many did we say you applied for? 180?
For a scholarship?
Yeah.
About like 150, 160 maybe. I don't think 180, but yeah.
And we go into it every now and then to look at it, right? But what happened near the time it was going to be awarded?
In June, I went through the application, like the scholarship thing on UTEP, and there was nothing.
Yep, all done.
No application.
So he had zero idea, well, not zero because I had the list.
Yeah.
But he had zero idea of what he applied for, you know? And he's just like, I said, well, that's why we have the list, you know? That's why we track it. So we know if we get money, who gets to us and what we have to do for each one. But yeah, his Scholar Mind just disappeared. So we reapplied. We did it all again, right? And guess what? It disappeared again. And that's how they do it at UTEP. I don't know why, but you know, if you gotta keep a tracker, you guys. You gotta keep a tracker. It's so important to follow along and keep track of what you're asking money for. All right, it's so important. Right now, when you think about those heat shields, you want to prevent yourself from getting burned, but sometimes, you're going to get burned. You're going to have a problem, and you got to think about it. You're going to have to learn from it. So let's talk about that in our afterburn.
Here are some questions for reflection.
I gotta pee.
What do I really want in a college
I'll have
experience?
to wait for it, like,
Think
this to
about
finish.
size,
Okay.
location, and the general
We'll do the
vibe.
final burn, and then we'll play
Think about size, location, and the general vibe. What is the
Dive.
core story that I want my
Dive.
application to tell about me? Who are the people in my support system? Parents, counselors, teachers, who can help me through this?
All right, so let's go over this. What do I really want in a college experience? That's so important. You have huge schools that are like a mile-long campus. You got to go to classes and you got to walk across that and everything. Or you want a small campus where you can walk across in 2 minutes, right? That's one option. You also want to think about location. Do you want to be in a school that is so busy that traffic is just a problem every day? Or do you want to be on the outskirts of town where you go live in the boonies, and there's nothing there?
That's
like College Station. I talk about that. That's where Jesse is. The towns don't have a lot of things to do, but they're near a major town. They can drive to it on the weekend and do stuff, But you got to look at location, and then of course just the vibe. Now, when we went to UNT, what vibe did you get from that?
White.
What?
White.
White.
It was too white for me. It was
Oh my God.
too like. It was like one of those movies.
Remember racism here, Connor?
Okay. It was like one of those movies. You watch it and you're just like, wow, they're all the same almost. It was clean. I didn't like it. It was too clean. Like really too clean and green. Ooh. I swear to God, everywhere I go.
That's what I'm talking about.
What?
No, I'm telling them.
No, what? Talking about what?
The general vibe.
Oh. Mm-mm. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to like trees and butterflies and ooh, all shiny and clean and summery. Everywhere we go, it's like a spring over there, 24/7. I swear to God.
But what he meant by the white, I'm going to make an assumption here. You know what they say, we're going to assume something, right? Connor has a type of girl he likes. It's Latino girls.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
I mean it when I say white. I swear to God, not literally, but I swear that school was made by like only white people. The only vibes I got were white people.
Uh-huh.
I swear. Like you could tell UTEP is like
whatever.
Yeah, on that side. But UNT over there, mm-mm.
Do me a favor. I'm curious. Look up the demographics for UNT. And again, we go back to the vibe. You got to feel like you belong there, you guys. When you go to college, if you don't feel like you belong, you're not going to want to go to that school. Okay? If you, like, for example, when I went to Alpine and I met my teacher for the first time, my advisor, and I told you the story. He wants to go to college. I wanted to go to college. I didn't pass the test. And he's like, why should I let you in? And he tested me for 2 hours. He grilled me for 2 hours on psychology. I passed. He let me in the program. But I really like that. What's the demographics for UNT?
32% white, 24% Hispanic, 14% black. And then like 0.95, 0.26 for like
others.
Native American.
So 25% Hispanic, 1/3 white. That's a pretty good mix. It's almost half.
Almost, yeah.
But you just focus on the white.
I swear to God, that's all I saw there.
I'll agree with
you. All of the tour guides were white. Unless they're just like they're Mexican, but they're light skinned like me. Like they're more on the white side. Maybe.
But again.
But I didn't feel good there.
You're right.
I felt good with UTEP. I mean, one, it's my hometown. I mean, I fit in it already. But two, it's just like, I don't know. I just feel more belong than over there.
And it's not about racism, like I was joking about that. But I'll give you an example, okay? Connor knows I like rap, but I don't like certain kinds of rap, right? When I went to Cuba, there was 2 clubs on the base. You had the rap club, the hip hop club, and the country bar, right? So you could say more black, more white, whatever you want to say. That's not what I'm getting at. But I went to the country bar first, and I fell in love with someone over there. Like, it was really interesting that there's a girl there, and I was married, and I didn't cheat on my wife or nothing like that, but she was just an amazing chick. And I know her, and, we ended up dancing first. And I'll tell you why I really say, you want to hear? They had a food truck that sold jerk chicken. No, they don't jerk the chicken before they kill it. Okay?
I was gonna say, what's jerk chicken?
It's a Caribbean spice. It's a type of spice. It's called jerk chicken. Okay, it's spicy. You guys, if you've never tried jerk chicken and red beans and rice, you're missing out. You gotta try it. But I spent probably about $1,500 in 6 months on just eating out of that place. Yeah, that's why I went there. Because they had the jerk chicken. Honestly, God, that's why I went there. Isn't that funny? It was fun. And then also, going back to the application, the vibe, obviously, vibe matters where you're going to go. Sometimes you can walk into a club, like Pink Pony, right? Pink Pony Club, right? But that's a club here in El Paso. It's not a strip club in Atlanta. He was there last night. It was crowded. And he says it was too crowded. People were fighting, right? Yeah, sometimes if it's too crowded, you're not going to want to do it, right? So the vibe matters where you go. And if you're going to live there for 4 years, you want to make sure the vibe matches you, okay? And sometimes you just walk in and it doesn't match, and that's it. Then, of course, your story. Who are you? Who's Connor? Who? If you had to identify yourself, how would you identify yourself? And how are you going to portray that to the college? What I wanted to know about me. If I were to ask you, if I said, tell my friend about me, what do you know about me, Connor? What's the first thing that will pop to your mind?
You're gay.
I'm not gay.
You were in the army.
My dad was gay. That's the joke between us. I thought it runs in the family.
Anyways, my dad's white, he's 56, he was in the military, and he was a therapist.
Okay, is that who I am?
I mean, you're a therapist, no?
I was. I'm not doing it right now.
Like, that's your profession?
Yeah, that's my profession.
You went to college for that?
Yeah.
You went to the military for that?
I did.
So, I mean, that's what you're known for, technically.
Yeah.
So, that's what I would say.
So,
like, first impression, yeah.
You wouldn't say I'm funny?
Well, they ask, yeah, but I mean, like, if they want to know who you are, though, that's what I would say.
You don't say my dad's cool?
Well,
it's okay if you don't.
No, it's because I don't really talk about you that much like that.
The thing is, what's funny is I worked at a school when he was in 5th grade, so I knew all the kids going with him up to the high school. So, well, yeah.
Whoever was in elementary with us, which is like 5 people.
There's a lot more. I go to the football game every once in a while.
Well, that's
when I was announcing the game. You know how many kids go up to the window, knock on the window, like, "Hey, Mr. Murray,"
Okay, well, first of all, that's elementary kids. Some of them.
No, they're not high school. Because you're in high school, same grade. Yeah, advanced. What?
I don't. Like who?
A few. I'm not gonna name their names here. Okay?
Oh, true. But
they're just people like.
Probably from me, or like you met them.
Like one of your visitors at the street, you're like, oh, your sister knows you. The white, the red brick house up the hill by the speed bump.
The red brick?
Yeah.
By the speed bump.
H. Yeah, the sister knows me.
Oh. Because he knows your brothers.
Right.
So, I mean, but that's age.
Okay, but yeah, my point is, I know kids at on your grade level. Point being, get me sidetracked with all these stupid comments.
Oh,
is
I'm thinking of someone else. Never mind.
He goes hang out with his friends that are at his high school. I come around and they know me. They come up to the car and say hi to me, right? You know, when we were in JV, I would take snacks and Gatorade for all the kids. You remember that? And we just hang out in the bleachers watching the game.
I thought that was freshman. It was freshman.
Well, freshman JV, you know, but it was all of that.
Yeah.
You know, actually, I think it was more JV because freshman was COVID. It was coming out of COVID. Anyway.
No, because what games would we watch if we were in JV?
Coronado was the one that comes to mind. Yeah.
Oh, dude. We don't do that.
You haven't stayed for the second half.
Of JV. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. You were a freshman
watching JV.
Watching JV. That's what it was.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I get it now. I was thinking
varsity's
varsity's different. But I was thinking it was on the JV team.
You were thinking Coronado on Saturday because that was varsity.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no.
All right. Sorry about that. Anyway, you know, his friends, we hang out. You know, we don't hang out, but you know, they like me.
When you drop something off or something, like take the car, like they say hi and then
they all always wanting rides on Friday after the football game and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, another thing that you guys want to keep track of is we're speaking of this. It's your friends, your parents, your counselors, your teachers. You want to keep that network going. Okay. You want to be able to do that. So it's very, very important that you do that. Keeping track of the program and everything you're doing and what you're doing to go to college and that networking, it's a whole process, you guys. And that's why we're doing this class, because it's not just doing the piece of paper to apply to college. It's not that easy. Would you agree with me on that one, Connor?
Yeah.
You know, it can be that easy, right? You can just say, okay, boom, you're in. Okay, I'm done. But how are you going to pay for it? How are you going to get to school? Where are you going to park? There's a whole process. There's a whole process. Okay? There's a whole bunch of stuff you got to do. So by meeting with your advisors, talking to them and everything, you're able to do that. So be aware of what's around you. Talk to your friends and get all the advice you can so that you can go ahead and do this. But let's wrap it up a little bit and let's talk about our final burn for the night. All right?
The final burn from today's discussion is, college apps aren't about perfection. They're about connection. Tell your story, not someone else's.
What have I been saying? It's your story, not anyone else's. Share who you are, right? When you do something different, you expose yourself to different things and you learn about life. But you're a unique person. We as humans, we mimic people. We follow their behavior. We follow their language. We say, real quick, he hates when I say 6'7", okay? But yesterday, outside of the Halloween house, the haunted house, there's this kid walking by, he goes, "Hey, what time is it?" I said, 6'7", 6'7". And they looked at me like, "You're stupid." And I said, "What time is it?" And I looked at their phone and it was 6'7". So, yeah, I got to do it last night, But, again, you're unique. You're an individual. Don't go with the crowd. That's one thing I can tell you right now. Don't go with the crowd. Stand out. Be that ugly duckling, whatever you want to call it. All right, but you guys, we're going to come back and wrap up the show after this brief messages from a song from Die Tired.
It's time for a break. Hot Takes with the Murph Man will return after these messages.
Shower.
All right, well, since we're
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
24?
It's 136.
I thought it was 55.
Are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
That's why I was like, we finished this shit.
Maybe there wasn't much to talk about.
It really wasn't. Because, I mean, it's just an application.
The things we talked about before.
Yeah.
Are you good, man? Turn up some.
Take a minute, take a moment, take your time, let it set right. Let it drive right down in your conscious tide. Lean into the better times. Cause in a minute, in a moment, you'll notice a shining light. One that draws you in from deep inside. Reach out and connect tonight. Trails that lead us to and through. Elevate to new. Cause there's a second, there's a session, there's something that holds them tight. Let you see this world through brand new eyes. Reach out and connect tonight. You know my name. What colors do you see? Influence reality. Figures and shapes, life for you and me. Influence reality.
The station, where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for supporting our channel by watching and listening.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
All right, we are back, you guys. So let me tell you, one of the things that we're doing here in El Paso, we have this stream915.com. That's a local content channel that we are asking content creators to come on board and post your content. Like, for example, we had a screen share last week where we had directors come in and show their movies. Last night we had the haunted house. We actually had that live streamed on stream915.com that people could go in and see themselves going through the haunted house. You know, we have the Kaleidoscope Air Market. We go and we televise that for people that want to see that. We have the bands that are playing. We have Krampus coming up in December. We have the Dia de los Muertos on November 8th. You know, just all these different events that are going on, and we're televising them. And I am trying to get out there and do content for myself. And one thing I want to do is like ask kids college questions that they want to have answered. And I'm going to be recording those. I'm going to be doing that. So, the plans for the show coming up, right? We talked about this. I'm going to start having some guest speakers come in, and we're going to talk about this with them. And I hope that we get more content creators on stream915.com. But it's like a local Netflix station. Yesterday when I was telling people about it, they're like, oh, you're a channel on YouTube. No, we actually have our own channel. Like if you go to the Roku channel, you can see Military Broadcast Radio over there. You will see my video soon, the one on the veteran suicide prevention. So it's one of those things that it's we're doing things here in El Paso, and I'm really happy about it. I tried bringing my son on board with it. We do the production and stuff behind the scenes. I'm learning that part of it also, and it's pretty cool. Like I'm like interning at 56 years old. And last night I was talking with Tony P, and we were like, "What do you want to do? Like, where are you going to go?" And he says, like we had plans, but I want to be a host. I want to interview people. I want to talk to people. I want to interact with the crowd. I want to have some fun. That's who I am. And last night, I was everyone that coming through the haunted house. I was in the front talking to them about what we're doing, giving out candy, and just having a good time. And that's what I hope I can do at these events. Meet people and spread the word about what we're doing here. We also have like Roller Derby coming up in mid-November. We have the fundraising, the charity event, where you have to walk in with a toy that's worth $10. I think that's on the 19th of November. I think. What's that Sunday?
What? Sunday of what?
The 16th, I believe. I believe it's the 16th. The charity event with the roller derby.
Oh. On Sunday? I thought it was Saturday. Oh.
Sunday. Sorry about that. Sundays at 5 o'clock, doors open. About at 6 o'clock, we're done by 9. And it's so much fun. I love the roller derby. You don't miss it?
Oh, excuse me. I do, but it's not a sport I really look into. Does that make sense? I understand it, but if it's compared to football, no.
Oh, it's different.
I know.
But you have fun in roller derby, don't you?
Yeah. It's something new.
Yeah.
To see, but it's not something I would want to go every time.
Now, what if your friend was one of the skaters?
Well, then I would go and support her if I can.
You would? So you would go more often to support her?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're getting beat up?
Yeah. Record it.
I'd
be like, yeah, hit her.
They do. Oh, you guys, if you've never seen a roller derby, it's a big track with the Borderland Roller Derby here in El Paso. It's amazing. It's amazing. I have so much fun at those events. I love it. And it's funny because I know some of the girls there, and I've known them for years. I've been going 15 years. They were at Buchanan's on the east side before they went to the Coliseum and everything. Yeah, it's really cool. I've been doing this for a long, long time. And I have one of my friends, Alex, who goes out and he actually has bouts with people in other cities. So that's pretty cool. The Borderland Roller Derby is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Another thing that I was talking about with Tony is interviewing the students for college, right? What do you think, Connor? I have candy, Smarties and Dum-Dums, right? And I want to ask kids questions. And if they get it wrong, they get a Dum-Dum Pop. If they get it right, they get a Smartie.
Oh, that's actually kind of smart. Oh. Now that they say it, yeah, that's, wow. I thought it was just you pick one. I don't know, it was Dum-Dum and, oh, wow. As he said, I'm like, oh.
That was a genuine reaction. You never made that connection before.
No, what's wrong? Yeah.
That's why I had Smarties and Dum-Dums.
I thought you just liked them, because I like them.
Well, yeah.
That's what I was just, oh, wow. Okay.
But do you think that's cruel?
A little bit. But do they understand? No.
Well, it depends on how little they are, right?
But
I'm not going to ask little kids.
The parents do.
Right.
If they say anything, then
well,
your fault.
I think that would be funny, though, right? Imagine that on the stream. All right, you get it right, you get a Smartie. You get it wrong, you get a Dum Dum. And you see all these kids walking around with lollipops.
Oh, that's sad.
We've talked about this before. I used to go to health fairs and I used to take Connor and we used to give out candy. And, he says, it's like a little creeper giving candy out to kids. But I loved doing that because.
Excuse you. I think we do have to record.
One of the things that I love is that interaction with those kids, right? Now, when I was doing it at the Halloween town with the camp market, right, I had my candy out there and it's like poured all over the table. And kids would come over and you could see them coming and grab the candy and then they stay with my candy. This is my candy. And then the kids would come up to me and they'd be like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, hey, not much, how you doing? Stop talking to them and not giving them any candy. Why? Because they haven't said trick or treat. Last night, kids were saying trick or treat. I'm like, a trick. I pull out my deck of cards and I do a magic trick. And they're like, that's what it is. It's a trick or treat.
Yeah.
Now, do you know what they're supposed to do? This is really interesting. I don't know if you ever thought of this. It started, you go to the house, you say trick or treat. If you don't give me a treat, I do something to your house.
Oh.
That's where the trick comes from. I've heard that before. I don't know how true that is, but that's interesting, right? Trick or treat. That's where the thing comes. You give us candy or we're going to do something to you.
Yeah, it's either a trick or a treat. You pick.
Yeah. I do card tricks. I'm an amateur magician.
You have a whole CD of a magician.
Not just CDs. I have a whole kits.
And you're an amateur?
Yeah. Yeah. Now, one thing, I want to have to do my appearing straw trick.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that one? Yeah.
No. Continue.
The straw that fell on my pants is like 8 feet long?
Oh, that straw. Like from the bag, yeah. Okay.
What were you thinking?
Like, when you do a pencil, you and then take it out your nose.
Oh!
Or take it ear or something, yeah. That's what they meant.
Yeah, you push it out with your hand and you put it in your mouth, you bite the tip of the pen and you pull it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the finger with the light that goes back and forth to the fingers?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You throw it up. Well, it's a thumb that goes over your finger like that, right? It's a light. And you just work on your timing. But I also have one where you can stuff the scarf.
Like the fake thumb?
Yeah. And then the scarf disappears. The cup and balls trick. Now, okay, we went to Vegas and we watched 3 magicians. We actually watched 4 or 5, but what's one of the favorite tricks that you'd like in all of the shows?
The dinosaur with UFO.
That's David Copperfield.
Where he gets my card.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That I don't know how all tricks are done, you guys. Okay.
This is one of the first times he's ever seen a magic trick done. When when the magician actually asked us to be in the trick.
Yeah, that. I don't know how he did it. Okay, but the way the trick went was he told Connor before the show. We're actually talking to the comedian after the show. It was really that guy's really cool, Vinny Grosso. If you ever get a chance to go see a show in Vegas, he's awesome. But we talked to him a little bit before the show, and he said, "Would you guys be willing to be part of the show?" And he says, "Okay, when you do that, you're part of the gag, the trick, and whatever." But he calls Connor and he goes, "I want you to picture this, an imaginary deck of cards," and he throws it at him, right? Imaginary. Connor catches it. And he goes, "Take a card out of that." And Connor, pretends he looks through his cards. And he pulls out a card and says, "Throw me back the deck of cards." And he throws it at him, imaginary. But what does he do? Do you remember?
He catches the actual.
He catches a deck of cards. He makes it appear. He has it stuffed. Oh my God, what do they call it? Hidden? I can't remember what that phrase is.
What?
When you hide it. I can't think of the phrase, magic term. When you store it away, you have it hidden. But there's a phrase for it.
Disappear?
No. You have to do it's a grab, you're hiding it. And then you make it appear. And so he gets the card deck, right? And he goes, and he turns to Connor and he's like, "Picture your card. What do you think Are you thinking it's a red card? It's a diamond? It's a 4 of diamonds. And Connor goes, yeah. And I'm like, how did he do that?
Misdirection.
Misdirection. Well, no, misdirection is a little different. Misdirection is a little different. Like, for example, I put the ball in my hand. It's gone.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but it's in this hand.
I wasn't paying attention, and I just saw. I'm like, what? I was like, huh?
Because you're looking at the hand up here. My eyes are up here. You're looking up here. That's how the trick is done. And then you have this hand over here. And sometimes
sleeping.
Sleeping. That's the
Or
phrase.
concealment. Yeah.
Concealing.
Yeah.
But
Sleeping.
one of the things that I loved also was a trick that Penn and Teller did with the gorilla. Do you remember that one?
Which one?
They're in a gorilla in the cage. They show you the cage.
And how he gets out?
Yeah, well, but comes up, it's not a real gorilla. But
it's someone else.
Yeah.
Really costume. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, where did he come from? You know what I mean? I know how it's done, but I can't figure it out. Does that make sense? I know how the trick is done. I can't see it being done.
Well, obviously you can't see it being done. You're not supposed to.
Right, but I know what I'm looking for. Like the misdirection over here, I'm looking at this hand down here. That's my point. I know where to look so I can catch it.
Well, and at the same time, it could be a trap door or something where you can't see it.
What was in the cage above the ground? I mean, on stilts. So there's no way to walk behind it or...
Stilts?
Well, legs. Table legs.
Oh.
You know.
It's called a mirror.
Well, there's one thing. Have you ever seen at the Texas State Fair, the guy with the mirror half body?
Oh, wait, you can see through it? Yeah.
No, you don't see through him. He's talking, you can't see his bottom half of the body.
Oh.
And he's like this. But it's actually mirrors in the way they do it and everything. It's really cool.
I think you meant like the guy that had like a mirror or something through his body where you could see like opposite side.
Oh, well, yeah, there's that trick too. One of my favorite tricks when I was on TV, David Copperfield did a thing where he made the Statue of Liberty disappear. Right? So, Statue of Liberty is here, he has a curtain, he pulls the curtain down, and the Statue of Liberty is gone. How do you do that? Right? Well,
I forgot.
The crowd was in on the trick, and the whole stage turned.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right? But when we went to his show, the dinosaur comes out. We're like really close. It's really weird how this 3D thing came out. I don't even know how. But there's this UFO above us, and they have fans on it, so it's blowing air on us like it's flying. You know, I don't know where that came from. I don't know how they have it hidden. I want to go back to that show just to look at the ceiling.
I know, me too. I'm like, I didn't look up because I'm like, it got cold, and then they shine the light, and then boom, UFO appears. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, even the dinosaur, I don't know how, like, because it's behind a curtain.
Yeah.
And then when they opened the curtain, they, like, popped out. I don't know how.
Yeah. It's really cool. And then Penn Teller, we saw Chris Angel, you know, he does the flip inside the square and everything, you know, it's all wires, right? But really cool stuff. And I got us sitting right on the stage where Chris Angel comes out into the crowd. So we got, do we give him high fives? Did we walk by?
No.
No.
We were like...
We were behind his mom and brother. We were behind his mom and his brother. 2
or 3.
No, we were on the aisle. I promise you that. We were on the aisle right behind his mom and his brother.
Well, no, he went down to the stage. He didn't go to us.
Yeah.
He went from his mom's mom's row to the stage. So we didn't fight by him.
You know, and really, really cool stuff, you guys. Magic is one of those that, I don't know how I'm going to start talking about this.
I came in back from...
Oh, I was doing the card trick with the kids yesterday, trick or treat. That's what it is. Okay.
We went from Stream Now 5 to the movies, to roller derby, to fairs.
But do the magic tricks, yeah. Mm-hmm. An aspiring magician over here, right?
Who, you?
Me. Yeah. But my card tricks are pretty cool, though. Yeah, I mean, those are really cool.
Yeah.
I can go to your house with your deck of cards and do a trick with your cards. Like that. It's amazing. It's a really cool trick. But anyway, I think that's about it for today. What do you think, Connor?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Today, well, this week has been a little slow, so it hasn't been like much going on.
Okay.
But next week we should have some stuff going on.
Next week. Let me see what we're doing next week. I forgot to check that. You would think I have all this planned ahead of time, right? But I don't.
You do. You have it planned. You just don't talk about it until it's like the week of or something.
Well, yeah, I know that. But yeah, I don't just walk in here and shoot from the hip. For the most part, I can, but no, I didn't have it prepared. Okay. Wow, I can't find it. Give me a sec. Wow, I'm having trouble finding it. All right, next week. This is one I want to talk to you about a lot. Maybe we'll bring some of your friends in. What you'll miss most after high school. You know, because you do miss high school in some ways.
Football and just what we have.
We'll talk about that next week. But yeah, that's what we're going to talk about next week, you guys. So stay tuned for that. We will be talking about that next week. And for now, everyone have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.
That's a wrap on this episode. If you're looking for more, you can find all the best clips from the show on our social media pages. For all the links and more information about what we talked about today, visit purehottakes.com. And if you want to watch the full replay or get access to our premium content, subscribe now at stream915.com. We appreciate you tuning in.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.